What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So I am going to talk about, hypothetically and symbolically, how to cope if you have past life memories. I'm not saying reincarnation is real. I'm not basically saying reincarnation is real. I'm just theoretically, and making a symbolic video. So if you had past life memories, or if you have past life memories, what I would say, the way to cope is to remember that the life you're living now is the most important one. That is the one where you have the ability to make a change, learn and grow. Your current life is the most important one because you have the ability to change, learn and grow. So yes, you might have memories of being alive in another time, or you have memories of people you knew in a past life or different events, but that's great. And realistically, you're in an advantage that, you have an advantage in some ways, because most 99.9% of the world do not have past life memories, hypothetically and symbolically. But your most important life is the one that you're living now. I would also add, the next way to cope with having past life memories is to don't ignore it. I'll say another way to cope with having past life memories is not to ignore it. Accept it. Accept that you have past life memories. If you have memories of being in the army in another life, if you have memories of being a monarch in another life, or you have memories of being poor, maybe you were really, you were in poverty in another life, I would say don't ignore it, because if it's there, then it's probably there for a reason. You probably remember for a reason, and you may have been given the privilege to remember your past lives so that you can use it as a lesson to grow. Maybe you have some unfinished threads. Maybe you have some unfinished lessons. Maybe you are in a reflective life. You could be in a reflective life where you're given memories that most people don't have, so that you can reflect upon the mistakes that you've made and do it better this time, and use this life as a corrective life. Another way to cope with having past life memories is to not tell many people. Most people are not going to relate to you. Most people are not going to believe you. And the other thing is, you have no way of proving it. The universe is very clever that way. You might have all these memories. You might know it's true. You might say, I was there. Like, I remember it. Like, I remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. I remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. I remember the air I was breathing in a past life. I remember going for a walk with my best friend in a past life. I remember, I have detailed memories of my past life the same way I could tell you what I did yesterday. Don't tell many people. Most people are not going to believe you. The universe is very clever. That as much as you know, you can't prove it. You cannot prove it. And so we live in a world where everything is based on data gathering. Everything's based on information and what you can prove and verify. Belief is a commodity that most people don't trade in, especially in these days and times, as we move more into an age of evidence, CCTV, visual, physical witness, but most people will not believe you, long story short. and they may ridicule you, and ruin any good that's coming out of your past life memory. So I would personally refrain from sharing it with people, except people who maybe have similar experience to you, and people that you can trust, which in the world is few and far between. So let's just run over what I've said here before I leave. How to cope with having past life memories. I would say, remember that this life is the life that is the most important one. This is the life where you have the ability to make a change and to learn and grow and correct any mistakes you made in a past life. I would say, don't ignore it. Don't try and act like it never happened. Accept it. And I would also say, do not share it with many people. Just some closing notes. Having past life memories, hypothetically, of course, and symbolically, is a advantage that many people do not have. Most people do not have. It is a privilege in many ways. It also is something that should be used for the good, and also be used for understanding, be used to as a key indicator for what you should be working on in this life anyway. I've got a lot to do. I've got some plans, for the next few weeks, so I need to prepare for that. Let me know what you think about what I spoke about today. Let me know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, hit the notification bell so you get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, there's a link for that in the description. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.
For mortgage advice tailored towards your individual needs, contact PGB Mortgages today. Let them guide you through your home buying journey. Contact details are in the description. For exclusive content, subscribe to me on Patreon. For just $3 per month, you'll gain access to exclusive content for a wide range of topics, such as travel, human psychology, sports, and more. There's no contract and you can cancel at any time. So become part of the community on Patreon today. The link is in the description.